Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. It's December here. What do we got? December 20th. And it's Monday. Fresh new start to the week here. And today was a pretty decent day. I'm gonna dive into the recap for you guys and show you kind of what unfolded for today. Had some frustration, so I want to discuss what happened there. But the main thing I traded today was I had a kind of a continuation swing trade. It was a short position with what is it? ADGI, which went on a really good run last week. So I'll show you that in just a sec, and also show you my trade with SOPA here today. This one I actually didn't do too well on, and that's frustrating because it's up, more than 200%. So good runner for today. Anyways, welcome back. Today, sitting up $2,290, which is really great. And that's really all thanks to the swing trade I had with ADGI here. And let's go ahead and break it down for you guys. So this trade here all really started for me, I think it was on Thursday of last week. And I traded this name to the long side on Thursday when it had its run up. And once we got up to kind of what I thought was kind of an overextended area, I started opening up a short position on it, and I ended up getting, it was kind of an accumulation. I bought in certain areas, and initially I think it was around, I was started to accumulate right here on the 1350s area, and I even got as low as about 1310. But I had an average size, I think it was right around like 1370 was my average price, and a pretty big share size there for me. So anyways, it went after hours and just kind of, it did have a curl up. But what I was seeing is that it would pop up and just fade off. And so I thought this might be a good one to kind of hold on to for kind of a continuation of further push down. And I want to give you guys some reference here and show you the yearly chart. Here's the yearly. And there was some news on this on Thursday. I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was like a pretty decent earnings report, but no, I think it was in regards to a vaccine for Omicron, and there was some positive news on it, but I think it was a better case of buy the rumor and then sell the news kind of a situation, because this stock has not been doing very well. You can see that it had a huge run here in the past, but that fell off completely. So I was kind of hopeful that this thing, would eventually creep down, and pretty right on it. So I really capitalized on it today. Anyways, let me share with you, this was Friday, this day here, and it did get an extra pop, like it was going to go on a potential further run, but ran up pre-market and just completely sold off. So when I saw that, that's when I thought, okay, this is looking much, much better here. And yeah, the rest of the day, it really drifted off hard. It had a huge drop again here later on in the day. So I thought to myself, I'll take a little bit off the table, but I want to hold this to see if we can get a further push down and even go into Monday or Tuesday. And so today, it just kind of worked out perfectly. And I slowly started to unravel my share size on this today, and it was kind of all day long. And I started shaving off, covering positions, really honestly just kind of all throughout the day here as it was furthering and furthering the drop, because I thought we might get a point here in the near future. It could be a couple days, maybe a week, maybe even a month, where it finally kind of bases out, stabilizes, and maybe wants to go on another run. So I understand there's risk there for sure. But just looking, just at this yearly chart, it really looked like it was one of those things where there's just a slight catalyst, there's some news, and then runs up a little bit, and then completely dumps. So that, was the case as of now. Now this, like I said, in the future, it could go on another big run. We don't know, but just taking off my shares today and putting myself in a really good position. So technically I'm up on the name $2,400 today, which is really good. And it really put me in a better spot for today and this week. And that's where I really settled out. Now I am holding a few more shares. I'm holding like 61 shares at the moment, just to see if we get a little further push down. But I got out of the most of the position. I think I was holding, I think it was around 900 shares. Might have been 980. But either way, out of most of the position, and I'm just holding just the last tiny bit to see if we can get a further push down this week. And for most of you guys know that I don't typically go into trades for swing trades for the most part. However, this one just to me kind of posed a good setup just for a continuation of further sell-off. So I wanted to hold it, but anyways, that kind of does it for me on ADGI. Let's move over to the big name in play today, which was SOPA. This one, excellent run up today, and I was very frustrated. I'll share with you why here. Earlier this morning, we get an explosion. We, had the whole halt business going on, so it would go in right into a halt, open up, and just crush higher and go into another halt. So these are always difficult to trade because sometimes it's hard to get in. And then by the time you can get in, sometimes they just flush. And by the time I was ready to get in was right around here thinking, we might get a further push. I know it's extended. However, I'm going to see if I can start getting in for some trades on it. And was able to finally start getting in and trading it, especially in this zone here. But I think I took an initial loss on this here. I realized this wasn't necessarily a good play. And right in here, I did take a profit. I bought kind of on this little dip as it was rushing up. I thought we might get another push higher, but it was kind of ran out of steam at that point, I think, and hit 750, and I actually sold it like 748 right underneath that, and it fell. So it was a tiny scalp, but green trade there. And however, the rest of the day was really frustrating, and this is why, because I had some issues here with E-Trade. Let me know if anyone is using E-Trade and they've ran into this problem. Now this happens, and it's doesn't happen very often, but it has happened, I know, once before in the past. And there's this issue. I have to show you this screenshot where you can see the level 2 here on the side, and we've got the bid and the ask prices, right? The two columns. And what happened here was that the ask side would completely freeze up and would not move. It would not adjust price. However, the bid price was updating and moving quickly. So let me show you something real quick here. All right. Let me see if I can zoom into this guy. Yes. Okay. So I just snapped this screenshot here. If you go over here and look at this level 2 now, you see at the time it's reporting correctly and it's showing 768. No, this is right after it halted, but probably not the best time to show the screenshot. But either way, you can see this whole column it was completely frozen up. It's showing an ask of 480 right underneath that 482. So way off on the ask, and it was just frozen. You'd see this thing and it would just not be updating and moving, whereas the bid would constantly be changing. So it's a weird system issue, and what's even weirder is it only happens on one name. If I switch to a different stock, everything's fine. It's updating and flowing. Now, the real problem here for me is when I go into trade, because I use my speed keys, I use my hotkeys here to enter and exit trades. and I basically click in this level 2 area, and when I throw out my order to buy or order to sell, it's all going off of the bid and the ask here. For example, when I hit Control Enter, it's going to sell on the ask price. And when it did that, I kept getting errors because the price was frozen and it was so low, way down here at 480, that it would just throw an alert at me and say that um, that there was an issue with the order. And so that posed a big problem because I'd have to trade. I had started having to trade this thing manually, which meant coming up here and throwing in an order and manually setting up and throwing in the quantity and then selecting price. And that's just, for me, the way I trade, that takes way too long to get in, get out, and make my trades. So I struggled with this name all day today. It was just super frustrating because it's the leading runner today, up more than 200%, and I just didn't do very well on it. I think I'm down a total of like $145 on it. So, not a huge loss, but at the same time, when it's up 200 and whatever percent, and I didn't even make money on this one today, it's just sad and pathetic. So, very frustrating, and like I said, it's happened once before that I know of on E-Trade, and it's just the weirdest thing because no other stock was having that issue. I tried a few things to in my settings, clearing my cache and restarting the platform, but nothing worked, and I couldn't get it to work, so I had to just manually do trades on this one, and it was just it was not fun and frustrating. So, but hey, that's going to be part of trading. There's going to be days when, hey, maybe your internet is on the fritz, or something just isn't working right on your platform. It happens, and especially the commission-free brokerages. I believe especially if you're not paying commissions on each single trade you're doing, then your mind isn't likely to have, maybe not as a solid broker or platform. But I don't know. I feel like E-Trade's been mostly good in the past, but I don't know. There's a few things that just can really drive you nuts in that case. But anyways, guys, that's where I'm ending the day. Up $2,290 on the day, and that's all all thanks to ADGI, my short position on that. So almost done with it. I'm just trying to see if we can get a further push down, but I'm basically $300 in the green right now at the moment with the rest of my shares, which is 61 shares, and looking to just close out here sometime this week, possibly tomorrow or today after hours, just depends. But that's it for today, guys. Let me know how you traded. I want to hear how you guys did. Are you red? Are you green? And hope you've been doing well, and I hope you've been enjoying your week and all the holidays coming up. So that's it. Take care. See you on the next one.